We're about to go deep inside Charly Whitfield's alleged return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta and everything that she wants in order to do so. Plus, we're going to discuss those cast changes that dropped over the weekend. So we're going to get into all of that right now. What's up, y'all? It's your boy DJRichieSkye. We are back in the building with another video, and we got to talk about Charly Whitfield is allegedly coming back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, we had talked about this, and we had talked about it, and we have talked about it, but according to some new reports, we got to get into the details about her alleged return and all the rest of the things that are going on with the Real Housewives of Atlanta for season 14. Lots of changes in store, allegedly. Okay, so we're going to talk about all of that. But before we do, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell button, and join the texting community. The number is right there. Okay, now with that out of the way, let's get into Charly Whitfield. Okay, now according to our sources at the TMZ, Charly is in talks to rejoin the cast. Okay, but here's the gag. Here's the thing. It's only if she is able to come back as a full-time housewife, okay? Now, according to TMZ, they say that she's been communicating with the producers over the past couple of weeks, but she's not 100% confirmed as of yet. Now, they're told that it looks pretty good, but she only wants to be a part of the show if she is a full-time housewife, okay, and not a friend of. And those producers need to be on board with that, okay? Now, the rumor has it that the last time she was set to appear, she was going to be a friend, and she said, head to the no, okay? And I don't blame her. She's an OG in this game. But I feel like, why y'all keep inviting her back if y'all not really going to utilize her in the correct way, and if she's not going to be bringing that much story? But you guys may know this. Charly got back together with her old boyfriend, Tyrone Williams, okay, after he was released from prison. Now, according to TMZ, that relationship will be the major storyline for her, okay? And as you guys know, he was sentenced to 10 years in 2013 for wire fraud, but he got out early due to the panorama, okay? So apparently he's still on home confinement in Philly. So we only can see that he might be just featured as what would you call it? Maybe more like a cameo role here, there, or wherever, okay? Now, to me, I feel like this is the smart play for Charly, because I do feel like if you're going to return to the franchise that you helped make a hit, I feel like you need to be given all the benefits of, you know, an OG, and that is a full-time spot and not just a friend. Now, I feel like they keep doing all of this stuff, okay, with, you know, letting OGs go and then bringing them back, a la Tamara Judge, because it's rumored that she might be coming back to the Real Housewives of Orange County as a friend, okay? And I feel like to a certain degree, that would feel a little humiliating to me, unless you just didn't have the time to commit to being a full-time housewife, which we know that most of these ladies would rather do, okay? Why be a friend, get paid half the pay, and get all of this use out of your likeness when you ain't really making all that much money and you're not really considered an official part of the cast and doing the press and getting all the perks and benefits of a full-time housewife, okay? Don't make no sense, all right? Now we got to talk about these other casting rumors. All right, let's get into it. Now, what you guys will see here on the screen is you will see what could potentially end up being the cast for the Real Housewives of Atlanta for season 14. But let's get into why that is, okay? Because our friends over at the B Scott, lovebscott.com, I will put both articles down in the description down below so that you guys can read them at your leisure. But, okay, The exclusive here from lovebscott.com is that the Real Housewives of Atlanta is desperately seeking housewives because season 14 casting is in the shambles. Okay. Now, according to Love B. Scott production, they don't even have any good idea of what they want to look like, what they want the cast to look like for season 14. All right. So starting with Porsha, we know that she has the spinoff, 8 episodes, according to B. Scott. Okay. That's going to feature her relationship with Mr. Simon Guobadia. But according to Love B. Scott and some other sources as well, the word on the curb is that Porsha may not be wanting to return for the season because she doesn't want to have to deal with any of the negativity surrounding her relationship with her husband and these 14 weddings that they're about to have. Okay. So she doesn't know what they might, spring on her as the season progresses. For me, I kind of feel like she could take the Kim Zolciak route and just bow out and start doing the spinoffs. And I always say this. I always say to people that you should leave the party before the lights come on. And Porsha's been on this show for a very long time. I feel like it would be great for her to go out on top. And let's face it, she seemed very over it in the last season. She seemed like she was just kind of like, you know what, I'm just here for the check. I don't want to argue with these girls or nothing like that. But let's get back to the nitty gritty. All right. We also have Cynthia Bailey. Word on the curb is that she is most likely not returning as a full-time wife. Okay. As we have talked about on this show, Cynthia has had the best arc of any housewife in the franchise. She's been able to get married, get divorced, get remarried, all on the show. And I don't know what else there is that we could, happen to see. Okay. We could still see her filming, but we don't really know. Word on the curb is also that Kenya and Kandi are both set to return as well. Now, let's get into Sheree. Okay. We talked about Sheree as well, but get into this. Now, according to B. Scott, if she does return full time, it will come at the expense of Cynthia. Okay. And they say that from the production standpoint, the show can afford Sheree and Marlo as full-time wives because they won't have to pay out what Cynthia is making right now. So what that means is that Sheree would likely be getting a lower salary than when she was on the show previously. Now, I don't know how that will work for her or if that's something that she would want to do, but I guess she would probably take it if she can be a full-time housewife, but I don't know. And the inclusion of Marlo, because she has been, kind of opening up more about her life, it would stand to reason that we may actually also get her as a full-time housewife as well, because people have been petitioning for that for quite some time. Now, let's get into these ladies right here, okay? Now, Drew, according to this at B. Scott, it's likely that she will not return as a housewife. But apparently she's been taping with Porsha for her spinoff. This comes as a shock to me because I kind of felt like they may give her another opportunity. And I think it's often hard for first-time housewives to really make their mark. And I felt like last season was such an odd season to film that maybe she wasn't given the best opportunity for success. I don't really know. She kind of threw me off at the end of the season with that whole pastor storyline. I just felt like it didn't work. They also say that LaToya is not coming back, and because she was kind of acting as the bone collector. And so now that you have both Sheree and Kenya, why would you need LaToya Ali? But who knows? Who knows? Okay. Now they have been told that they want a total of 7 housewives. I told you guys all along that personally, I feel like 7 housewives is the sweet spot, right? I think that 5 used to work back in the day because we had low expectations of what housewives was supposed to be. But now that we do have an expectation of what it is, we need fast-paced stories. And the best way to do that is to add more characters. Now, looking at this potential cast right here, whether or not we have Porsha is yet to be seen. I'm going to give you my idea for what I think could be a potential 7-piece cast. Okay. Well, yeah, 7-piece cast right here. Okay. I say give the people what they want. The people want Phaedra Parks back. Well, some people do. Some people are still on the fence. And then I always say, let's give them Keke Wyatt. Let's give them personality. Let's give them 10 babies or however many babies she got. She has an interesting backstory. She has personality for days, and I think she could handle her own with any of these ladies. She could be introduced to the group via Candy, working on some new music or something like that. But I definitely think that will work, and I think that also Phaedra is a fan favorite. People have been wanting for her to come back for quite some time. But who really knows? What we do know is that according to B. Scott, we have production is specifically looking for 2 new ladies to round out the cast, and hopefully those ladies will have husbands and families or some type of significant other, I should say, in order for us to get the pure family dynamic that the show is kind of based on as well. So here we have it, folks, all the latest and greatest on the Real Housewives of Atlanta production for season 14. It sounds like there's a lot of chaos going on here and some uncertainty with a couple of folk. I want to know what you think. What's your dream cast for the Real Housewives of Atlanta for season 14? Is it this? Is it this? Or is it this? Or do you have some other iteration of the cast that you would like to see? Maybe perhaps bringing Nene Leakes back. What do you think is needed to save this show for season 14? I'm excited about season 14, regardless of how they choose to go about it, because I do think that there's going to be some major changes that we can look forward to. So I'm going to keep watching, and I hope you keep watching. And make sure you guys subscribe to this channel, hit that notification bell button, and join the texting community. And your boy is feeling a little sick today, so we're doing the best we can over here, but we're going to still continue to push through. For those of you guys who are in the DC, Maryland area, I will be on Like It or Not tonight on Fox 5 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So hopefully you guys can catch it and catch me there. Otherwise, I will catch you in the next video.